Hey everybody, it's Christina. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be doing a 24 crafty things that I will or will not be buying or doing in 2024. I did this video last year and I did 23 things, and at the very end of it, my 23rd thing was that I wasn't going to do this video for 2024. But after sitting down and thinking about it, I did come up with the list. So let's jump in and I'll talk about the 24 things that I will or will not be buying or doing in 2024. So number one is I want to spend more time in my craft room doing other things, not just card making, but I want to get back into doing cross stitch. I'd love to learn how to crochet. My mom crocheted and I would love to learn how to do that. That is on a wish list for this year. I don't know if it's going to happen or not. But I just want to spend more time in my craft space. And who doesn't need an excuse to spend more time in their craft space? I have my beautiful craft room and I really want to spend more time in it, not just quickly coming up to film a video because I feel the pressure to do one, but more for leisure and to do things that are for me. Number two is I want to start using the supplies that I have in my craft room. I have a lot of things like distress stains, alcohol inks, things like that I've had and I've used, but they kind of got put to the side and I haven't really played with them in a long time. So I want to get into using a lot of those products that have been around for a while and I just haven't been using them. So that's number two on my list. Number three is I want to use the things that I bought this past year. I have so many things that I purchased that I did not get around to using, like stamp sets and dies and stuff like that, that I want to make it a goal that during this year that I actually use those items so they have some love and some use and I've actually played with them. So that's number three. Number four is I want to use some of my older tools, things that have been in my room that I have not used in a very long time, and give them some love as well. So not only do I want to use some things that I've recently purchased, but also use things that I've purchased in the past and at one time loved using, and I just need to bring them back and start playing with them. Number five is something that I am guilty of doing quite often, which is putting things in the cart and then ordering them right away and then realizing that I really didn't need that item, or I have a version of that item and I don't need it. So my goal now for this year is to, when I put things in a cart, I am going to actually wait a day or two before I actually order the items, because that'll help me think about whether or not I really need those items, whether I already have those items or something similar in my craft room, or if I just simply forget about it, it was not meant for me to order. So I am definitely not going to be impulse checking out and waiting a day or two before I put that item on my credit card. Number six is something that I mentioned last year, in that I wasn't going to buy any more markers. And I was really good about that. I did have a disclaimer there that I was going to purchase more of the Olo markers because I was really enjoying those. And this past Black Friday, they had some great sales and I was able to fill in my collection. So one of my goals for this year is to actually practice and play more with my alcohol markers. They are great products. I just need to get better at it. So that is something I'm going to practice doing this year. I'm going to practice using my alcohol markers. Number seven is my brother's Scan and Cut. I purchased at the end or the beginning of last year, right after I did the video that I said I wasn't going to buy any more machines, and I ended up buying that. But this year I am going to actually sit down and learn how to use my brother's Scan and Cut so that I can use it for stamping images and then die cutting or cutting out the outline or shape or shadow or whatever you want to call it. But I'm going to have that on my to-do list this year, which is to learn my brother's Scan and Cut. Number eight is I'm going to set a budget this year for my craft supplies. I have a tendency to just think I'm doing fine. I haven't really purchased anything. I can go ahead and order. Or I'll go months and not order anything, and then all of a sudden I've got a cart that is ridiculous, and then I get on this spending spree. So this year I'm going to set myself a budget, allow myself a certain amount of money every month to use for my crafting supplies, and try to stick to it. Number nine is I want to share some older techniques, things that we forgot about, things that we many years ago learned how to do and maybe forgot and don't implement them anymore in our card making. So this year, I definitely want to do more technique videos and how to use certain products and different ways to use those. Number 10 has to do with making videos and having them ready for YouTube. And I know not many of you are people that make videos, but last year I tried really hard at the very beginning of the year to be ahead of schedule, have videos ready, and I did good up until sometime in March was when it started to kind of go down, because we had, I know I mentioned that my mom passed away in the beginning of last year, or this year, 2023. And then I kind of fell behind, and then we had another death in the family in the middle of the summer. So it just spiraled out of control. So this year, my goal is to definitely have more videos prepped in advance. Number 11 is also a video thing, is I would like to get into a routine of when I'm posting. I've lately been trying to post either Sunday or Monday, but I want to at least try to get 2 videos a week out and see how that goes. Right now, I'm just going to stick to 1, but maybe as we go further and I get myself into a better routine, that I can have 2 videos a week. And that would probably help me spend more time in my craft room, which is number 1 goal. So number 12 is there's always new products coming out, and all these new things that we usually have a version of in our craft room. And this year I am going to not be purchasing those things if I have a version of that in my craft room. For example, I purchased the Gina K Fuse system, which is just like the Mink system. So I am not doing that this year. I am not going to buy things because they're new, and if I have that tool already, I'm just going to use that tool. So I'm going to really think long and hard before I buy something, and search my room to see if there's not only a tool or something I already have, but another way to do that without having to buy that new machine or new tool or new whatever. Number 13 is I will not buy any new electronic die cutting machines. I said it last year, and I bought the Brother Scan & Cut, and I also bought the Cricut Joy. So this year I am definitely staying away from electronic die cutting machines altogether. I just have to stay away. I think I'm on number 14, and number 14 is that I'm not going to hit the checkout button unless I verify that I don't already have that item, and I also need to make sure that I'm not ordering a duplicate in the cart. I said that last year. I did pretty good, and then I recently placed an order and I got 2 of one thing. And that was my fault, because I was probably shopping one day and then came back another day and was looking through the website and, oh, that's nice, and added it to my cart and didn't realize that I had one in the cart already. It happens all the time. So that kind of helps me with what was it, I think it was number 5 that I said I wasn't going to hit that checkout for at least a day or 2. This will help with that, hopefully. Number 15 has to do with my craft room. I am not going to change it around. Although I have a lot of built-in things in my craft room, I won't be changing things around. Now, there's always organization to do, especially as you buy new types of products, or you expand on the product that you have to do some organizing. But I am going to try very hard I'm definitely not going to be changing my craft room around, especially because the last few weeks we've been doing some renovations, which you'll see in an upcoming tour. Number 16 is to not be influenced. I can't tell you how many times that I've seen a certain creator make something because they recommended that product, and I purchased that product and I didn't like it and I sent it back. I'm really going to do research this year before I purchase anything. It's need to be better and wiser about how we spend our crafty money, and that is something that, especially if I'm going to stick to a budget, I need to make sure that what I'm buying is something that I really need for my craft room, or something I really know I'm going to use. Number 17, it was on my list last year, and that's not to buy storage containers. I did really good, especially with the renovations of my room. I bought 1 or 2 things that were specific for a product, but I did not go out buying anything else. The rest of it is stuff I had. I had so much storage containers from the room, from my craft room, from around the house, that I didn't need to go and buy anything. As a matter of fact, I still have a ton. I don't need to buy any storage containers. Number 18 was also on my list last year, and it's back this year, was not to buy dies that coordinate with stamps. I need to tweak that a little bit, because there are some stamps that really do need to have that die, especially if it's like an envelope or something 3D, that you do need to buy the die that coordinates. And I'm going to be wiser about what dies, coordinating dies I buy. But I'm not going to say I'm not going to buy them, because I probably will. Number 19 is I will not buy any more cardstock unless I run out of a color. I have 3 companies that I really love to use, and when they have new colors, I'll buy, but I am not going to be buying any other companies. I'm not going to be buying any other shades of colors. I have plenty. As you can see, all the cardstock that's behind me. I do not need to buy any more cardstock unless I run out of a color that I use frequently. Or if there's a new color and I really like it, I'll buy it, but I'm not buying any more cardstock. It's like my adhesive last year, and I did really good at that one. Didn't buy any adhesive because I had enough, but this year it's cardstock. So number 20 is I want to share more about the techniques rather than focusing on products. So this year is going to be more playing and getting to knowing our products because of the techniques that we can do with them. So I want to focus more on the different things that we can do with the supplies that we have. Number 21 is to use more pattern paper. I had so much fun making a Christmas card and some tags using pattern paper. So this year I want to definitely use more pattern paper. I probably need to buy more pattern paper. Can I put that on my list? Yeah, number 22 is going to be buy more pattern paper. That was an easy one, right? So number 23 is my iPad. I bring it up to my craft room a lot because it's a source for me for doing a quick look at something. If I try to remember a technique that I used to do and I want to go back and look for it. But also what happens is that I find myself, if I'm looking for that technique, I'm on YouTube looking for it, then I find myself not focusing on what I'm crafting. So I need to probably limit the access to my iPad, probably maybe not have it right here at my desk, but keep it somewhere in the room, but not right here. My iPad is a total distraction. So number 24 is going to be a maybe I will or maybe I won't do 25 next year. We'll see. It depends. I said I wasn't going to do it this year, but I ended up coming up with a list and I was really having fun with it. So thanks everybody for being here. I will see you all in the next video. Be sure to subscribe if you're new to my channel. We're coming up on 50,000 subscribers, which I'm really excited about. And I look forward to sharing with you in 2024. Thanks everybody for being here. See you next time. Bye.